Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio sending supporters to space. And today we have a pretty big objective on our list that I would like to at least get started on. So what I want to do is I want to set up some very, I guess, limited or kind of just like small amount of rocket part production. So I streamed a little earlier today, and I am trying to I do plan to get some of the VODs up, but I've been busy, and I don't want to flood the channel with content, like super flood it, because just tons and tons of VODs on top of everything else that is out, it seems like a bit much to me. But I'm going to try to get the VODs out, at least the recent ones. Anyway, when I streamed today, I researched the rocket silo. Now, hopefully you're not upset I didn't do it on episode. It's really not that interesting. I literally it's just research. So we researched the rocket silo, which lets us make the rocket silo and then all the parts for it. Now, off camera here, I set up rocket fuel because it's very straightforward and really something that didn't need to be shown. So rocket fuel is just made from solid fuel, and it takes 10 solid fuel to make a rocket fuel. Now, base rate, again, not taking into account crafting speed of the machine, base rate, it's a exact 1-to-1 ratio, because this takes 10 solid fuel and takes 30 seconds, and a solid fuel takes 3 seconds. So in 30 seconds we will, oh, it's the wrong one, but in 3 seconds we will have made 10. Now, these, I did make this way so that the craft speed is the same. The level 3 assemblers have 1.25, chemical plants have 1.25, so this is still a 1-to-1 ratio. And what I've done is I've turned off the cracking of light oil to petroleum, and then that way we're using all of it for solid fuel. In fact, I could probably stand to do even more because light oil is backed up. And we will need quite a bit of this rocket fuel, so it probably wouldn't hurt to do more. I'll have to see. So there's that. Also, I got on stream an iron outpost set up over here. I meant for it to just be like pre-set up for the future, but I realized this iron outpost over here is actually not doing so good, like at all. So I just turned it on, again, a 242 train. And for iron line, I just made the whole thing a 2-lane thing with a T-junction, which comes down. And just very quickly, I'll show you this, just to kind of, maybe give you ideas or let you know what I've done. Hold on. Hold up. Why do we have none of this? Why did I cut this off? Was that on purpose? Can't imagine that it was. That's unfortunate. Whoops. Okay, so anyway, what I've done here is I've just brought it down. I brought it 2 lanes all the way down to here, and I've just put a simple normal signal here and a normal signal here. This one I don't even think's needed. Maybe just so it knows, so it doesn't create a block and loop around itself. I'm not sure. I put it there, it doesn't hurt anything. And then this guy, I've just brought it down to 1 lane here, so essentially just when this one leaves and pulls past this signal, that's actually why this is here, I think, because it, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it pulls past, and then this signal turns green and lets this train in. So it does work to have multiple trains like this. It's kind of like a stacker. Well, pretty much is like a stacker, just on the main line, which is not good practice. But for this, we're not going to have like 8 trains coming through here. These 2 are all we're going to have on this base. I'm definitely not planning to go to a 3rd train for that particular setup on this base. So anyway, the main objective for this episode is to set up low density structures and rocket control units. Now, in themselves, they are very straightforward. The low density structures are steel, copper, and plastic. And the control units are even simpler, a processing unit and a speed module. However, they are very expensive. And this is why I'm not going to do this on a very large scale, because the plan here is that I only want to launch 1, maybe 2 rockets on this base before we start going to mega scale, just to get a couple researches, like robot speed 6 I'd like. That's 1 rocket worth pretty much. And then I'm trying to think. I don't really see any other major researches that even require or space science that I would need specifically. I may launch 2 just so I have some space science in case there's something I'm missing that I may want. I don't know, like, well, No, yeah, I don't know. So at least one rocket I'd like to launch, and then we can also get our first person into space. Now, unfortunately, I know Video Game Geek said he wanted to be the first. You're going to be the first patron. I don't think you can be the first because we don't even have a patron token yet. And it may be quite a while before we have one, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see where we are once we get the rocket. I'm probably not going to do much research, though, while we're making rocket parts, because I'm guessing these will pretty much eat all of our resources. They really are pretty expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking I'm going to do 1 or 2 assemblers per component. The rocket fuel I did more of just because A, it'd be good to have extra rocket fuel for trains, and then B, it's just light oil, and we have an abundance of that, so there's no issue there. So this, I'm going to feed this robot-based and belt-based. The plastic will be brought in via robot because right now it just merges onto the red circuit belt, and I don't really have it brought through, and that just sounds like a huge pain to me just for this. And then this one will be probably fed both ways as well, maybe just all robot. I mean, we have blue circuits here. The speed modules have to be brought in. Anyway, the plan here, I'm trying to find room because I'm actually going to productivity module these, and I need to productivity module the rocket fuel or the solid fuel as well. But I want to productivity module these and use some speed beacons on them, just because. Well, it's important to use the productivity in them, and then that's why I use the speed beacons to kind of even that out. It's hard to explain, kind of. So I guess, for example, because people may be thinking, I was just thinking this myself, that you guys would be thinking it, is you guys may be like, well, why would you, use those resources and stuff for that extern when you could just build, 10 of these and not beacon them? Well, if I just wanted, like, more of them, that's what I would do. But I speed beacon them to offset the slowdown of the productivity modules. And again, you may be like, well, Xtern, why don't you just build more of them doing productivity? Well, 1, because I don't have that many productivity modules, and 2, I think it's just better, I think, to just use the speed beacons to offset it. So let's go ahead. Let's see. So these, I need to leave room for beacons. Let's go grab a couple beacons here, and yeah, that's why I'm only going to use 1 or 2 assemblers for this, because I'm a little bit worried, to be honest with you. I'm a bit worried that we're just not going to be able to feed this even at all. It's going to take a while. I'm not expecting a rocket in like a minute, even close, not 10 minutes, probably maybe an hour, if that, or if I'm lucky, rather. I would prefer not to beacon the module build. That's already hungry enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these back so that we have enough room here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these guys be these, and we could how many of these take? Just 1 of each, so they're really actually not that expensive. I mean, the materials themselves are expensive, right? I mean, processing units and speed modules aren't the cheapest things in the world, but they and this is probably like the worst. Well, are these even? I don't think I'm going to use these for anything else down here. I could just do that. But it doesn't require many of them. It's just that you need like a lot of this, I guess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put also productivity modules in the rocket silo. And when you put productivity modules in the rocket silo, that means that it actually only requires about 714, 715 if you round up, of each of these types, because each let's break it down a little bit, like first step rather. So you need 100 rocket parts to make a rocket. Each rocket part takes 10 of each of these components, this, and this. So normally it would just be 1,000, right? 10 times 100 is 1,000. But once you put productivity in the rocket silo, it brings this down to about 714 of each of these, which is a significant dropout, way better. So I'm going to put productivity module 3s in the silo, and then if you productivity these things as well, you're going to be even better off, essentially. Now, I don't think some of this can't be productivity. The speed modules can't be, or not speed modules, you idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm starting to lose it again, guys. Oh dear, here we go. I'm not even into the first build yet, and I'm already going crazy. Okay, well, gonna remove that because I actually want. Let's dump some of these in here, get him jump started. These are going to be requesters for the speed modules. So we don't need mini speed modules requested. We just need, I don't know, like 5 or 10. I mean, these things take 30 seconds, and again, I'm going to, of course, be speed beaconing them, but so there's that. Now the problem is this doesn't actually reach. So this is, I'm not going to fully speed beacon it, honestly. Just gonna do something like that. I know some people are gonna be upset that I didn't fully speed beacon it. Whatever. It's better than not at all, right? So we'll do that. And I don't even have that many, I don't even have close to that many speed modules anyway. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take these, gonna go in there. These actually can take a ton of productivity. This alone is gonna eat all of our resources. Yeah, in fact, I don't even have enough. Actually, there were some in there. So let's do that. These guys are slow as hell, so I'm gonna need some speed modules. And like I said, this is going to eat our resources like crazy. Now this should have had a few built up in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put like a couple in here. What is the speed at? So it's already plus 40% crafting speed, which ain't great, but if you add that to the 40% productivity, that's actually pretty good. Now I can't make. Oh geez. Okay. Well, let's get some steel for this, and some circuits would probably be good. So yeah, I'm gonna hold off on research because this is just gonna absolutely tear through all of our materials, and power might become an issue faster than I'm anticipating. So these go here. And then these guys I'm going to connect, and this time they are actually in the network. That was pretty embarrassing last episode. So these, I'm going to say if there's less than 715, 16, 15, just to be safe, or round up. It's going to take a while. But you know, that's okay. So there's that. Now, I think these actually aren't needed. I don't have enough speed modules for that yet. So there's that, and then let's, we can share beacon, actually, here. Let's do this for the low densities, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this in terms of if I want, belt-based or bot-based. I mean, we have all the stuff. Well, yeah, let's just, because this takes 5 and 10. Oh, geez, this is going to absolutely tear through our steel. Like, this is gonna be it's gonna be ridiculous, guys. This is gonna absolutely demolish our steel. I don't really want them sharing a belt, but I'm almost gonna have to be able to make this work, because I'm gonna have to pretty much do the same thing I did there. Okay, so he went like that, and then he went like that. And then these are going to request in the plastic. Let's actually bring him in like that. Okay. So that's going to request the plastic here. We need a few more chests. So you're going to get plastic, which is going to deprive our red circuits, which is going to mess up our module production for a bit, but you know, so be it. So there's that, and then this is gonna have to be steel and whatchamacalls it, maybe. Actually, I could get really tricky here. Let's do some belt some belt shenanigans here. So if we do this, no, actually I can't do that. Never mind, won't work. Yeah, it's just gonna have to share a belt because we need our inserters, our long-handed guys here, right, to export. And what I was gonna try to do is put a long-handed here, but this is already undergrounded in here, so you can't put another like empty space here. Yeah, I don't know. This should be interesting. Because 10 steel and 5 copper is... I don't think this belt can feed it. We'll see. Oh, great. Not only am I weaving all over the belts, I'm also getting an autosave, so I will actually be quite surprised if this lines up. If it doesn't, I'm just going to swerve it so it does. But it does. Okay, so there's that. And I'm not going with ratios for these at all because it's belt-based and like half the stuff is already built elsewhere. So like, you know, the speed module 1's already built up there for this, so I'm not going to bother ratioing it because, you know, I'm not building the speed module specifically for it, if that makes sense. So there's that. Now this guy is a mess, to say the least. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. That oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's just do this here. Thank you, bots. Okay, so you, sir... Oh, that's the wrong one. You are going to split here, and hey, it actually fits perfectly. What are you missing? Some undergrounds. That is easy enough. Let's go ahead and throw them down. And then get rid of this underground, because he can actually just run straight through here. That's convenient, huh? Whoops. I'm swerving all over the place. Shoot. Shoot. I done goofed. I'm not going to bother cleaning up that whole line. I'm just going to purge this line, because then this guy's going to come down like so, and the copper is going to come through here. Like that. So, there's that. So modules. I'm going to need some more productivity modules, that's for sure. And we'll stick one here because that shares, and then I'd like one on either end if possible. Hey, looks like we're actually producing these fairly well. I haven't looked at our circuit like stock yet. It's probably non-existent at this point, I'd imagine. And then we need some passive providers. See, like I said, this ain't gonna be fast. But you know, that's okay. It's the wrong spot, you doofus. Because we still need to build the silo and stuff anyways. So you are going to do the same thing. This is less than 715. And like I said, the rocket fuel I didn't cap because, you know, we can use the excess for trains and stuff. That would be great. People are already asking about that. And we need to productivity this while we can. So I just need 2 more and then we'll call it good. And yeah. And I could productivity the rocket fuel too, I believe, but I'm not going to bother at this point because the productivity modules are expensive. Like, I know it may be flawed logic, it probably is, but I would rather save resources on the productivity modules. Like, I would rather all my circuits and stuff for them go to, you know, all this stuff rather than saving a little bit of solid fuel or essentially oil. As you can see, we already have no circuits. All of our red circuits are being nommed on by the modules. Now, luckily, these don't require red circuits. They do, however, require blue circuits, which will start screeching to a halt here without the red circuit. So hopefully these, I mean, these should be almost done, right? I set this to like 5, didn't I? Yeah. So if we hit L, We can see our entire logistics network. And it looks like we actually have 5 of these, so these should stop once they get their internal stock. Same with level 3s. We actually have 6 of these, so these should actually turn off here soon, I would hope. And yeah, all this is going. These guys are, you know, not particularly quick, but I mean, look, I mean, we already have 80, like, and I've been, just in the time I built this, so I think it's fine. As long as our resources can sustain it, like, as long as all this can sustain that, will probably be good. So then the next step would be the rocket silo, which actually we have everything we need, except maybe not 1,000 concrete. Let's go check on that. We are up to like 9 tokens now, I think. And yeah, so let's see. Concrete was up here. If anything, I just need to add some brick to it. We have 900. Let's go ahead and throw the rest of the brick in. That should finish it out. This guy is still chugging along. We have 763 of this good uranium. And this is why I think it's... oh god, I'm going to spark a firefight in the comments again. But hey, you know, that's part of the fun, right? Having these discussions. So, I saw some comments, was it last episode? Or the episode before that? Whenever I set this up, I think it was the episode before last. When I set this up, and I said that, you know, I think like all these smart systems for it to conserve fuel are like pointless. I saw quite a few comments arguing against that, and the main argument was that it was just cool to do it, and that's great. You know, kind of like me and Zuri say in our workshops, you know, for belt balancers and stuff, if you're doing it just for aesthetic reasons, go for it. Totally, you know, fine. You know, if you're doing it for aesthetic reasons, go for it. Same with this. If you think it's cool and stuff to have circuitry and smarts on your nuclear reactor, 100% go for it. Totally support you there. Like, you know, if it fulfills the cool factor for you, 100% support that. In terms of actual like reasoning, like, I don't want to say reasoning, in terms of like actual need for it, I think it's pointless at this point. Like, we have 2 of these things, and this is small. I mean, 2 of these, this is not that much. We have 2 of these, and since I've set this up, we have over 750 of this good uranium. Well, let's see. Each one gives us 10 fuel cells, so that's 7,000 fuel cells worth right here, just since we set this up with 2 of these guys going. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't, like, for, like, practically, I guess that would be the word. Practically, I don't see any reason to set up some crazy storage tank, steam bank, or massive accumulator bank with all this circuitry to conserve some fuel cells when I can just make 7,000 of them this easily. Which, I mean, we could calculate how long 7,000 of them would last. 7,000 times 200 seconds, and then, you know, divided by however many reactors you have. My point is, once you get the Covrex process going, you don't need to conserve. Like, it's just, to me, it's a waste of time, space, UPS, especially with the steam things, because each tank, I'm pretty sure, counts as like a pipe or multiple pipes, and just like measuring that and stuff, it does take UPS. So when you have these big, you know, steam banks of stuff to conserve a few fuel cells, I'd rather just, you know, waste a few, and I can make thousands upon thousands and, you know, save some UPS. So this is going along quite nicely. I did not put this in the network, again, because I'm fine with just excess, even as it is. This is 100% backed up. In fact, I might want to turn this back on because our petroleum is now broken and our plastic's dying, which means our red circuit's dying. I could set up some smarts for this, but for now, I'll just hope it... I don't know. My brain is not working in such a way tonight where I think I could set up a smart system. So we have, I don't know how many in here, 59, 60, so 60, 120, 180 something, 240, 300, I mean, we already have like 450 of this stuff, so I mean, that's almost ready. I say almost. It's more than halfway done already. And that pretty much is it. Let's see what we are time-wise for this. We're at 24 minutes. I'm going to end this here. Next episode, we will build the rocket silo. We will start sending some parts over that way. And this is actually going better than I thought, considering our circuits hold out. Our module production should be turned off, and all circuits should be routed towards stuff. Why? Where are you? What is happening here? We have 5. What are you guys still doing on, man? Oh, they're building up all their stocks and stuff. Yep. Okay, that's fine. We're not running out of stuff quite yet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments as always. But we're getting close to a rocket. We're getting close. I'm super excited. And yeah, until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.